All of us who are spiritual, we know we are spiritual. And so we work on tools of the trait to help, to assist, to heal, to aid others in the development of their own spirituality, right? That's all it is. It's always about compassion. Because we're sure that this is here. There's no doubt about it. Point being made right now that I'd like to make is that the only way to truly help someone, or everyone, and it has to be everyone. If it's an individual, then the forces of the world will condense around that person and trap them in another way, because that's what the world is. It's a trap. The idea of the Garden of Eden is that as soon as you think you are a body, then that's the beginning of all evil. There's nothing wrong with love and kindness and affection and warmth and decency and midnight kisses, but not between bodies, but between souls. So when we're spiritual, we literally are. I'll speak for myself to make it clear for all of us who are spiritual, and all of us are spiritual. I always feel this presence. I've never not felt it. This unimaginable, beautiful sense of it's in the air, and that's what's real. And what seems to be physical, that's the problem, that's the Garden of Eden. We let that go, we get deeper and deeper in our place here, and we know we can do anything and everything. And the world that seems to be the phenomenological world, the social, the political, the bodies, this, the war, it disappears. And that's how he'll heal the whole world. I myself have spent so many complete days, or 23 hours a day all my life, in this quiet place, to knowing it's the only thing that's going to heal, to help, to redirect. That I can rarely, I do it all the time, and I do every day, but I mean, to help someone completely, you have to reside in the Pure Land, the Buddhists call it. It's a simple place of knowing your spirituality. And from there, in your heart and soul, you can correct, heal, redirect. The other day I was with a bunch of fighters, the professional fighters, and we're in City Hall, and out front and a bunch of biker kids, bicycles, but acting tough, teenagers, but acting mean and tough, and there are people with babies and walking by in strollers and all, and a little out of control. And I'm looking at my buddies, and I'm thinking, this is getting close, and you sense it. And I looked at it, and then the whole thing changed. They weren't mean and all. There was just this spiritual presence passed through it all, and the kid who was the big tough guy in the front, his bicycle hit, and he flipped and went over, and I knew that my desire to not see them running into a young lady with a stroller and a baby, or start a fight with some of my buddies, which would be nuts. And so I saw the whole, like it wasn't the world anymore, it was slow motion, and they weren't hard, tough bodies, they were in their soul, and they were just, some were pure, some were impure, it didn't matter. So the bicycle flipped, I walk over, I try to help him up, he still had pride, I didn't want to be helped up though. And things like this will happen on your watch. A little here, a little there. And that's just to remind you that that's how this will change, through spiritual means. Always. A subtle inflection here or there of circumstances, and you can help change, redirect, correct, heal, influence, educate everyone that is spiritual. And 99% of it will be done home alone in your easy chair, looking at it, seeing it, gauging it. You'll be with the holy ones of eternity. And they're not like looking like ghosts, like Casper the Ghost. It's a consciousness that's so immense, so immeasurable in the sense of purity and beauty and depth of bearing. It's something so transcendent of everything we've ever believed about anything from this world. I'm speaking to those of us who are spiritual, and we're all spiritual who are listening to this. And this makes sense, doesn't it? But 99% of it won't be like with the bike. It'll be healing with the heart, and then you'll see this person, then you'll know exactly what to say or do. Like Greg, when he teaches his students to have lead foot, like he's a karate master. You'll have lead foot and you're sitting quietly. I always know from 6 to 7 all my life, I did it in my early 20s, I would be quiet and I would generally find a way to be alone, and then all of a sudden I had to do things, I had responsibilities, I was running something or other, educating or doing some other kind of work that was serious, so I had to, but then all of a sudden from doing it every night, at 6 to 7 I'm always in this absolute quietude. And from there you'll see that it's no big deal. And it's just that people are running around frantically. The whole point is to not think this world, your body, is the real of you. As soon as you get that into your head, the rest is gravy, the rest of your life. You'll find endlessly subtle ways of helping, healing, redirecting, correcting, teaching, combating. You'll have very, very evil beings sometimes attacking you directly, viscerally, because you're messing with their bar late at night, and as soon as you know you don't have to react to them at all, and that will come to you and come to you and come to you, then bring it on, boys, I'm here, you know. Come and get me. And you'll come to this place. It'll take a few years. First 3 to 4 months in deep, serious contemplation of these things will teach you all you need to know for the rest of your life. You'll see that, yes, indeed, there's some dark force behind it all. And they'll be attacking you, and you're going to actually like it. It's scary and freaky and lustful and anger and hateful, this and confusing, and they're going to get you, and or they're going to do some kind of thing on paperwork, or it's just, and if you don't take it in at all, then they'll give up, but there'll be something behind them that's pushing it, and something behind them. You see what I'm saying? My buddy Rob and I would do deep possessions together because he's had a lot of crazy stuff in his life. So from working together and sharing different methods, we know that I can have someone who's been through all the garbage of the world to know what being's behind that. Now because I have a quiet confront on him, so he feels safe, and then he can look at all these beings like by the hundreds and see what being is started behind this person, that circumstance. And we can trip them up on their bicycle from hell. All my life I see a group of old friends from northern India and Tibet and Nepal, Frida Bedi and her monks and nuns, they're on their bicycles when I was up there, and they would travel from here to there with bicycles, of course, up in the mountains, and they're here with us. God is here with us. We're not alone for a millisecond. We never have been. And we get quiet and don't react to anything and everything. Humbly, we'll find God looking out from our eyes. It's quite wonderful to be you at this time. This time around, you can transcend everything. And that's how it ends. In your heart and soul. And when you spend enough time quiet, praying for those you love and care for, your parents, it's a lost love. The only way I can help my teacher is not to spend time with her, but to end the whole world, because she's too sensitive and good and pure and kind and intelligent and spiritual and decent and wonderful for this world. The only way I'm going to help her, my mom, your mom, his mom, is to quietly reside without want, need, or desire. And there'll be a way to help all the decent people in the world leave this madness behind. That's why we're here. We are transcendent presences in a place that it should have never been. There's an infinite universe of divinity, and as a spiritual person, we all know what this is. It's just incidental that this happened. I experience God as an endless, infinite presence. I had thousands of little notes and letters and thank yous from people of my life, although I live alone and I rarely engage with people. This is the truth. This life is nothing, this world it seems to be. Don't look at anyone as anything other than their sense of them. And then beyond that, if they're spiritual, they're spirit. All my friends are friends who have passed or this or that, they come in to me day and night, or the holy ones, and somehow it's orchestrated from above, and you'll see that everything that ever happened in your life has been orchestrated. God actually is God. So in thousands of every second I can see this or that, the other. It's just, not that I can, but that God guides that, and you see it, and you'll wind up doing the right thing in your life for the rest of time into eternity. And you can take all that to the bank. Don't worry about your present time circumstances when you're on this path. All doors are open. Thank you for listening.